left Nigeria for a very long time. I don't want to tell you. I left Nigeria when Nigeria was a little bit okay. So I've left touch with a lot of things happening in Nigeria. But I did visit Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I came back from Nigeria in June, actually. What I saw in Nigeria was not the kind of country that is moving forward. So going back to Tinubu, Lagos, he probably did a great job in Lagos. And now he's old. And if he can give up this presidential race and relax and enjoy his old age and his loot, from what I gathered from people, like his educational background, I don't want to go over there, because if somebody like Buhari that doesn't have even high school diploma will become a president, so why do we have to worry about Tinubu's education? I'm not even worried about that. At least he had a high school diploma, or even if he did, he came to Chicago and got maybe an associate degree or something like that from Chicago State. So we shouldn't worry about that. But what we have to worry about is his what he did when he was the governor of Lagos, and also what he's been doing since he was out of the race. It's nothing but a big-time criminal. In Lagos, I listened to Border George and people who followed him closely in Lagos. He looted the state dry, and people say he did this in Lagos. Lagos is the biggest state in Nigeria that has a lot of money compared to other states. So he's looting, and his loot is not being noticed by others because of the large amount of resources that is coming into Lagos. So that is for that one. So to conclude, because I don't want to be too long since I'm driving, we should all put hands together for P2B and the Labour Party, and forget about APC and PDP, whatever. Because from my own standpoint, the vote for Tinubu or Atiku is a vote of decadence, because we're just going to keep going down. And that rests my case for now. Thank you, Kachi, and be well, Niger Watch.
Thank you.
Today's my first time of logging into. I've been listening to your website. Yeah. So today's my first time of logging into it. Yeah. So
I hope you've subscribed, though.
I will.
Please do
Okay?
so.
Thank
You very much, Mr. Silvanos. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Please don't forget to like and share this broadcast, and also subscribe if you're yet to do so. Join us 10 a.m. Nigerian time, Monday to Saturdays, for our newspaper headline review, and Monday to Thursdays, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, for our discussion, just like this one we're having right now. Then every Friday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, we have our debate here every Friday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Silvanos. We really do appreciate you. Come again next time. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, please. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining me. You have 5 minutes.
Hello, good evening to you, Mr. Kachi. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. Good evening to all the viewers and the co-panelists. There isn't actually much to say, to be honest. Dylan Momodi is a gentleman I like quite very much, but it is what it is. This is politics, and whether we like it or not, as politicians, especially Nigerian politicians, it is quite rare to see someone who will speak outside of his interest. But it is also a good thing that at least he was, good enough to have, spoken out the fact that the force that is coming is a formidable one. Because when it all started, everyone, was like, no, he's not going anywhere. But the past couple of weeks have shifted the dimension. It's moved from a social media thing to now it is a formidable force. And El Rufai, sometimes, people, when they do certain things, they don't do it out of their own, just of their own volition. Sometimes it's just nature working against them. Because what he did was he put himself on the spot. And we're going to use that 2 million march in Kaduna State as a litmus test for what is to come. We have 6 months to the election. So El-Rufai, he could have ignored, himself from saying that, but something pushed him into that tweet. And now I say it is just another opportunity for the obedient movement to show them what we are made of. When it happened in Nasarawa, no one believed it. Now it's going to happen in Kaduna State. And Kaduna State will be more. Why? There are loads of Christians in Kaduna who are not happy with the killings going on in Kaduna State. Kaduna, as far as I know, is one of the states, after Benue State, is also one of the states with very high population of Christians. And I tell you, though they are nothing, they do not key into that Muslim ticket. So Kaduna State also is a big cosmopolitan. There are people from other tribes who reside in Kaduna State. So something is coming. He's a litmus test. He puts himself on the spot and he stands to be disgraced. As for Myetti, I've never, known Myetti to be an organization that is fostered upon equity and fairness. It is always about that tribal sentiment. That is one of the most tribalistic and sentimental organizations, political cultural organization we have in Nigeria. And we are talking about how to unite the nation. Statements like that, they are the statements that add fuel to the furnace. They are statements that can set the nation ablaze. If such a thing had come from Ohaneze Ndigbo or a socio-political, socio-cultural organization in the southeast, now you'll be hearing battle cries from the north. My earnest hope is this. I hope that during the course of this electioneering and after everything, that everything will go on smoothly. But I dare say it's never going to be business as usual. At this point, at the junction where we are, every part of Nigeria at this point of election must come and say, oh, this is how we're moving forward. And if this electioneering is not going to happen in peace, because I know at this point, a lot of engineerings are going on. And it's how to destabilize the political process. But unless this election comes out to be free, fair, to the satisfaction of everyone, especially the youth of Nigeria, then these politicians, they are setting themselves up for hell loose. Because people are not just going to take it lying down. You need to do more than enough to convince the people that Obi will lose this election, so long as I'm concerned. Like, a lot needs to be done in terms of transparency, in terms of INEC and their conduction. A lot has to go in before you can convince anyone satisfactorily that Obi will lose this election. And if they are planning all their gimmicks, and they haven't planned that out, I mean, their exit route, then they should gear up for something that is about to happen. And that's for Wike. I think we'll continue hearing from Wike till maybe the end of this year, or till maybe he reaches an agreement in the PDP. But then again, what Wike is asking for is too much. To a point, equitable, justiciable to a point, but how realistic is it? Wike is just one state, Rivers State, in the South. The vice presidential candidate of the PDP is also from the South, Delta State. So I'm thinking, from the mindset or from the spectacle of Atiku Abubakar at this point, is what is more beneficial to Atiku at this point? Having Iyorchia Ayu as the national chairman of the party, Will he trade it to appease Wike? No. Atiku is also a brilliant man. Atiku knows that even at this point, Wike does not actually hold a lot of sway in the South. Look at what is happening even in the state party. There are already, arrows of division, splitting up the group, Wike's hold on the party. Because Wike has lost out as a presidential candidate. He's lost out as a vice presidential candidate. Wike is also an outgoing governor in a couple of months. So when you put his worth, value on a play for Atiku over Iyorchia Ayu, Atiku will never have that happen. Because the position of Iyorchia Ayu in the PDP at this point is one of the things helping Atiku's position as well. It was one of the things that allowed Atiku to emerge as a presidential candidate. I know they say ethnicity, we shouldn't talk about ethnicity, but even in the PDP's primary election, Iyorchia Ayu had influence in it. The stepping down of Tambuwal, it was not just it was emergent, it was planned as well, and there was a hand of Iyorchia Ayu in it. So at this point, Atiku is not going to trade Wike for an Iyorchia Ayu. It's not going to happen, and I think Wike knows that. Wike is also planning for his exit route as well. So he is in between. Should I stay in PDP or should I go for Labour Party? Because APC, actually, to be honest, is not going to favor Wike because they will just put him under the carpet. If he goes into Labour Party, he will still have sway. He will still have. It is more beneficial to Wike at this point if he's even thinking of leaving the political party, PDP, to go to Labour Party. Or he can as well just remain in PDP and not support Atiku. But will an Iyorchia Ayu be traded for Wike at this point? No, because at this point, Iyorchia Ayu, sorry to say this, but Iyorchia Ayu has more electoral value, campaign value, and administrative value that favors Atiku. And above all things, Wike is not Atiku's favorite person. I'll pin it here because I know it's 5 minutes for everyone. Either way.
All right, thank you, Mr. Franklin. It's such a pleasure to always have you here. Thank you.
Yeah, I think can I ask the last speaker a question?
Okay, Mr. Amori, please go ahead.
Yeah, just 1 second. I think he made. I think it was an oversight. The last speaker said he made a wonderful submission though. But the only area where I didn't understand, it could be an oversight. He said Atiku is not prepared to trade Iyorchia Ayu for Wike. He has already traded Wike for Iyorchia Ayu. I don't know. That was a miss up there.
An oversight. I think so.
He has already traded Wike for Iyorchia. So I think they just bite him more than what they can chew, and they chew more than what they can swallow. It was an agreement that as soon as a presidential candidate emerges, if he emerges in the first place, it wasn't supposed to emerge for the North. Now that he emerged for the North through their political maneuvering, he said he was going to resign. He said it more than 3 occasions. I can forward the videos. Now he's saying he goes nowhere. He's going to stay for 4 months. Who does that? We can have to be careful if we want to remain my friend. Thank
you. Thank you, Mr. Amori. Thank you for that. I'm going to go straight to the next question I have here, which is
sorry, Kachi, just less than a minute. Sorry, just responding back. Thank you for what you said. But we all know, even Wike played himself, or he overplayed himself, because from his permutations and calculations months ago, he'd already won the ticket. Now, a whole lot of other things. When it came to the issue of zoning, remember that Atiku Abubakar argued that if we are even talking about zoning in the PDP, then the only region that should be, favored at that point will be what? The Southeast. That if they decide that, okay, they are going to go zoning and they zone to the Southeast, that he would step down. And God bless Atiku Abubakar for that. I don't know if he was smart enough to have tapped into the ambition of Wike, knowing fully well that Wike will not relinquish or will not relent or will not agree to that. Now, Wike, overestimating his power, believed he had everyone in his pocket. And that was why he agreed for the party to be thrown open. Now, are you telling me that if Wike had put up this kind of show that he's doing now and insisted on zoning, are you telling me that the PDP wouldn't have zoned this presidency to the southeast? Because in the south, Wike was used to be in fact the most powerful or perceived as the most influential in the south, so long as PDP was concerned. But no, he didn't do that. The only reason right now why Wike is trying to make it seem as if he's fighting for the south is because the game is over for him. And if he is not careful, he's going to lose all his influence. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry for taking so much time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Franklin, for pointing that out. Thank you very much. I'm going to go straight to the next person, but before I do, we have more people joining us right here. Jacob Obedient, I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here with me. I can see Omuka Ebuka Collins Ebuka right there. Thank you so much for being here. I can see Mr. Monday Omoro Dion. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I can see Gatsman Onye Dot. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to go straight to Mr. His Praise. Good evening to you and thank you for joining me today. His Praise, please. Okay, I guess Mr. Ace is not ready for us. I can see ALAL. Fulani brother, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a while, Mr. AL. Thank you so much. I see Ayo Joe right there. Good evening to you, Mr. Ayo. Thank you so much for being here with us. We really do appreciate you. Thank you guys to the people in the comment section, our viewers. We really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for always being here with us. We appreciate you. Mr. Hayes, please, are you ready with me? Mr. Hayes, are you ready for me, please? Okay, I guess Mr. Ace is not ready for us right now. You know how we do it, guys. We're going to go round again. I think every person has actually made their contributions. So we're going to go round again for the second time, guys. We're going to go around again. But let me take time out to acknowledge more people on the comment section. I see Asa Bosa right there. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for being here. June of Aseki, Naomi Bella. I appreciate you guys. Jacob Obedient, Pete Osas. I see you right there. Omuka Ebuka Collins Ebuka. I see you. Monday or Morodion, I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate every single one of you. Goldie Mark Records, Clarence Bells, I see you. Biodun Latif, thank you so much for being here. Joseph Orji, thank you so much, sir. And also thank you so much for the super sticker right there. God bless you. I can see Pansat HD. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate every single one of you right there. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora, Edu Lights Watch. We see you. Thank you so much. Kelly Brown, I see you right there. Patricia Enofe, thank you so much for being there. Peter Omori, I see you right there. True Cares Nsude, thank you so much. Asabosa, I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you guys. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for all you do for Ninja Watch. Princess Christian, I see you. Isa Dodo, I see you right there. Naomi Bella, I see you, God's Vision TV. I see you, Da Felix. I see you, Golden Mark Records. I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here. Irene Finest, the finest of them all. Irene, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you. You guys have been super, 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 super supportive and amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you to everyone on the panel section, Mr. Pansat, Mr. Omori, Mr. Sampson, Mr. Son of God, Mr. Siyobala, Madam Rita, Mr. Sylvanus. This is your first time. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Mr. Franklin, Mr. Ace, even if you've not made your contributions yet. Mr. Machiavelli was also here with us earlier. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you. I can see Johnson Ebby right there. Adeyemi Yemi. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Eromo Sele Odalo. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining me. I hope I got your name correctly. Thank you so much, guys. Guys, do not forget to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Liking this broadcast simply means that you want our voices to be heard. You want more people to come here. Please like and share this broadcast. This message is not just for you and me, it's for all of us. Thank you so much for everything you do for Nigeria Watch. Really do appreciate you guys. Do not forget to hit the dollar sign right there on the comment section, just on the right hand side there. Hit the dollar sign. Support us with anything you can. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. I can see Kester George right there. Kester George, good evening to you. Thank you for joining me. Adeyemi Yemi, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. We're gonna go straight to our panelists, so you guys can make your submission. I'm gonna go straight to Mr. Pansat. We're gonna start from top to bottom, guys. Mr. Pansat, please, 2 minutes.
Thank you. They say that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So anyway, the oratory that I've just enjoyed here, from Rita to Israel to Theobala, I mean, everybody who's spoken before me, I can't remember the names of some of the panelists. It's just been wonderful. The voice, the oratory, the passion. And I hope our people are listening to. I'm privileged to, for the first time, sit in for one of these. I've always tried to catch them in recorded form, but it was what an experience. Some of this oratory here and the voices, it's unmatchable. So I thank all those who have spoken before me. When I spoke earlier, I think I just recited a prayer and then went off on my own. But these panelists were listening and they treated the subject matter. So having said that, let me, of course, enjoin all those. I haven't heard anything I disagree with so far. Now, on the Wike matter, he has to redeem himself. The only thing that I would say is sophisticated, and he will be fooling me, is that if he turns around and does the right thing, which is to join the Labour Party, because what we have is not just the Labour Party. First of all, I like the name, the Labour Party. I'm a pure capitalist, but we're talking about Nigeria in Nigerian terms. It's like a relative nomenclature, Labour Party. But what we have in that party is New Nigeria. That's what it is. It's interesting, since Obi emerged as the nominee for this particular party, it's kind of put out nakedly some people that could have actually have fooled us in the past. Somebody like Sowore, for instance, it's like anachronistic right now. It's like in the past. It looks like somebody who could have fooled us, because this was his moment to join, to rescue the country. You already know you're not going anywhere with the way the country is structured. He declared his assets. I think he says he's got 6 million naira in cash, and then a few properties in the village and one in New Jersey. And so why aren't you supporting this movement of the youth? It's incredible. People like Dela Momodu, who I had respect for, he looks like one of these crooked politicians all of a sudden. I mean, within a short period of time. Somebody like Wike, the lion from River State, that's supposed to be doing the right thing. Now, in his case, I'm crossing my fingers that he's trying to suck it to both the PDP and APC, gather them together, knock their heads together, and then move over to where he should belong. But if it ends up being that he's actually a buffoon, like what he's doing right now, right, then it'll be very, very disappointing. I was here earlier on this platform maybe a week ago, and I'm saying that it's usually, I'm not an easy person to fool, because if you come out and you're saying the right things, like in his case, he's standing up and saying to Buhari, hey, look, I'm going to sue you if you try to trample on my people's rights, or I'm going to fight a powerful cabinet member, Amechi, to a standstill or make him stay away from the state. But he doesn't have an army. That's what I was saying. In my case, I tried to analyze something. If these guys turn around and try to do him like they did Fayose, for example, what would he do? There's nothing he can do. So why aren't they going after him? Because I said at that time too, a couple of weeks ago, must be, that I saw FFK, the serpent, who was able to fool me at that time by sucking it to the Muslims and the Northerners when they were doing an unfair thing, trying to take over indigenous lands. And this guy was quite brave, and he came out, even though he had a criminal case that's in the courts, he was able to suck it to them and say, you can't take over our lands no matter what you do, you sons of a bitches, you know? Only to have him turn around and join the APC. It was incredible. There's just no excuse for that, right? He doesn't have an army. Why didn't they go after him then when he was being that belligerent? It's because we have to give credit to our tormentors. They're smart to a degree. They're not sophisticated. But so the only way they could do that is to have these people in our camps. So Wike, that's the only thing. You don't have an army, but if you end up joining APC, you'll be disgraced. You'll be no good. You'll just be an FFK from the South. So I'll leave that at that, because he still has a chance to redeem himself very quickly, because he cannot make any dent in the River State. River State people are smart. I just have one more thing to say before I close it out. Let me put it this way. The way I see Nigeria, there's been an improvement, huge improvement in the last 2-3 years that we just don't know. You know, earlier, for those who can remember our history, when there was violence in the Southeast against Muslims or Northerners, then they reciprocate very quickly in the North. That's no longer the case. If there's violence, they try to understand what's going on. Because if you notice, what these imbeciles who have been dividing the country has been relying on, it's people from other sections of the country. The Igbos will rely on somebody else. The Yorubas will rely on the North. The Fulanis will rely on Hausas and Muslims to do their violence, because they're a minority in the North. So right now, this Myetti, they could talk, but the Kanuris and the Hausas and others in the North, especially the Christians in the North, they're no longer playing their game. So they're a minority, and they're going to find out that the country is bent on uniting this time, and this generation is not like our own generation. I'm a little older than some of the guys here. So I'm very proud of that, and I want Nigerians to know that. We do know this, and we'll give you credit. There is an improvement, okay? I noticed it. It's kind of subtle, but it's there. Those are the Yoruba irredentists who wants to continue a fight between the Igbos and the Yorubas. In their face, Afenifere has done something that is historic, and they deserve a lot of credit. Their son is running for president. I don't know if it's their son or not. Tinubu, he hasn't produced his ID, his date of birth, and his real name. He hasn't showed that. But let's assume he's a Yoruba son. What Afenifere did there is big. They deserve a lot of credit. They say, hey, look, we're going to endorse Obi and not Tinubu. So, but there are still vestiges of ignorant Yorubas who keep thinking that we live in like 10 years ago, even 20 years ago. That's not going on anymore. And I want our people to recognize that. It's a big deal. So thank you very much. This platform, it's an incredible platform.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pansat. Although I gave you 2 minutes, but no wahala. Thank you very much, Mr. Pansat. I want to say thank you to Mr. Alexander Gomez for the super chat right there. You always support us. Thank you, Mr. Alexander, for that super sticker. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Omori right now. Mr. Omori, please.
Thank you, beautiful Kachi. Yeah, I want to I want to quickly touch on the last speaker. See, some of us are here that ardent and natural lovers of Sowore. It will be unfair, it will be ironical, too hypocritical, and it will look like I will look like an ingrate for somebody to just reduce Sowore to 6 million of what he has, everything about Sowore to the amount of money he has in his bank account, forgetting what he has been doing for us for the past 3 decades. Sowore has been fighting for you and your generation, our generation. I don't want to say you alone. Since 1993 to date, he has not rested. He's not even aware of where he's going to see his children. He's not even aware of where he's going to see his wife. He doesn't even care. It's like Martin Luther King on the mountain top. He has seen the promised land. He doesn't care if he gets there with us. He's still taking the risk for us. For somebody to just come here and reduce everything to stand for the amount of money he has in the bank account, I think it's that one. You have been unfair to Yore. You have been unfair to all of us. You have been unfair to every one of us that have been fighting tooth and nail, have gone to jail for you, taking bullets, taking
Omori, please. Hello, Omori.
That one. You are reducing whatever Sowore has done to just 6 million here. This is the problem we have. Now, it's the turn of the billionaires. We have forgotten those that are fighting for us. I rest my case there. And I want to quickly touch on the issue of Tony Kabaka. Our brother Tony once celebrated 1 billion. Other Oshomole. That goes to show that if Agbero is in any criminality that tries for more than 24 hours, he has the support of the state. Can you compare the Tony of today to the Tony of the Oshomole era? Now, he's going to fight again if he can celebrate another 2 billion. But we have gone past that era. No ballot snatching. We don't need gun. It's only about ballot paper. It's only worry about our voters card. So, the Tigers, like I said, and the Lions will be caged once again. On the Wike issue, now, a lot of people that were fighting us on this platform when we started, we knew he was playing politics, not just politics, selfish interests. Politics based on myopic and primordial sentiment. Politics based on selfish interests and personal aggrandizement. I think it's not clear to everybody to see that Wike was trying to fool everybody by himself. He started blaming everybody around him, making trouble here and there, thinking he could bully everybody to his side. Now, they have not only taken presidential ticket for him, they have not only taken the vice presidential ticket for him, they have gone to Port Harcourt trying to remove the PDP structure from him. And I think we don't need war. There is another war, around the corner in Port Harcourt. I don't want people to be killed. He can't go to APC either because the atrocities he committed in APC, they are not going to accommodate him. There are orphans, there are widows in Port Harcourt, all in the name of Wike trying to become a governor. He cannot go to APC. So we should be careful the way it's not who that talks most that really love us. We should not accept our leaders based on their inability to talk. Now it's becoming obvious to everybody, becoming clear and clearer to the blind, even audible to the deaf, that Wike has been fighting for nobody but for himself. So I don't know which should I think my time is up. But for the other gentleman I just spoke about, Sowore having 6 million in his account, please, you owe Sowore and all of us, the activists, that will be dying for you an apology. All deserve apology. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Mori, before you respond, Pansat, maybe you can back it up. He's not the guy that reduced Sowore to 6 million. Sowore have already declared his assets.
Is it a crime? Is it a crime to not to have anything in the account? Is that all we stand for? If I tell you I don't have 1 kobo in my account, is that my value? Is that my real value? Is that what I've contributed to Nigeria?
Okay, let me respond. Kachi, is that okay? Just for a couple of minutes. I think that you and I have had this kind of interaction before, and let me just clear it up. First of all, I like Sowore. I don't have anything against him, and he's sacrificed a lot. However, he's not a saint now. He's no longer inerrant. Let's assume that he's making a mistake. This will be the 3rd thing that he's done that is completely, that's a conundrum. There's no way to figure it out. The first one is when he was hell-bent on attacking the government of Jonathan unfairly. There were criticisms that he.
What was unfair?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Relax.
Was it not corrupt?
Let me
was the
tell
government
you.
not corrupt?
Let me finish. You have a chance. All right. It's not about.
Mr. Pansat, can you please make that quick, please?
Yeah,
other people are still here.
Yeah, let me just say it's probably going to take me 2 or 3 minutes because it's important in our discussion. Now, I am not somebody who I don't worship idol. I don't have what do you call it? I don't worship anybody. You could be perfect right now, and then if you do something wrong, then I'm gonna have to call you out for it. His activity against Jonathan was very, very wrong. I remember that Jonathan, he was in a difficult position. He was doing the best he could. You could criticize somebody. If you accuse Jonathan of stealing more money than we have in the budget, and he asks you, how did I get to feed the army and pay the salaries? You have to answer that. So his criticism of Jonathan was unfair. He went overboard. But that aside, because you can criticize Jonathan, that's fine. But if you go calling everybody all kinds of names without proving any case beyond a reasonable doubt, there was nobody that was convicted in the courts for him to label them the way he was labeling them. And it's an educated man. So that's that aside. But then when it came for the election, he used his platform to call the election for Buhari, knowing that 2015 election was rigged. But he called the election before those international observers could even get everything together, and he was gloating about it. He was totally out of order. All right. So he tacitly endorsed Buhari in that election. And I've seen him lie and say that, hey, how could you accuse me of supporting Buhari? But he did. In all of his ramifications, he was at the headquarters celebrating.
Please, can you give us a video? Can you give us an evidence that
I'll post. Hold on. It's already in circulation, but I'll post it before this.
Post it to us, please. We want to play so everybody can see it.
I will. You want to tell me you haven't seen it before?
A lot of people, more than 30 persons, have come up with this same allegation. Nobody has been able to prove it. I hate when people are being unfair to other people.
I will post it. But let me conclude.
Post it right now, so that we can put this into an end.
I will when I conclude. Okay. Then when they take away from me, then I'll conclude. But let me just tell you what I'm saying to you is that right now, when I said he was asked by an organization, credible organization, to declare his assets. First of all, he shouldn't be asked, given his antecedents and his role in changing the Nigerian psyche and the government. He wouldn't declare. He's not too big to declare his assets, but when he did, he made it like a Mickey Mouse thing. I'm quoting his figure. No, he said he had 6,000 naira in the account. He has a home in the village and one in New Jersey. He couldn't tell how much Sahara reporters were worth, so he couldn't put a number on it. Okay, so I'm using that. If you don't have money enough, you don't have to be rich to run for office. You don't have to be rich to do your thing. But he said he gets money from his friends. So that is just not adequate. You have to have adequate resources, not rich. You have to be able to buy the forms or do whatever INEC wants you to do. Do you know the worth of Obama before he became American president? I can tell you it wasn't 6,000 naira. But what I'm saying, when I said this,
but it's not fair to reduce somebody by the amount.
No, hold on.
So the amount in his bank account. This is unfair.
Hold on. What I'm saying.
So we better support Atiku. Tinubu is about money. We should back our Lord and support Tinubu and the Atiku who give us billions instead of LP that will not play shishi. What are you saying, my brother?
Okay, but like I said, you and I are on the same side now on this. I am not knocking Sowore for that. I'm saying I'm criticizing him for not having enough people supporting him to keep going, or not having enough resources to then be able to attract those people between now and the election. So it's just a commonsensical.
Are we here for Obi because of money? Are we here because of money? Me supporting Obi.
Hold on.
I don't even know Obi. I don't have to get anything from Obi. I'm doing it for my nation. Can you stop this narrative? Not divide this house unnecessarily on monetary ground.
He's the one dividing us. I'm not dividing
you. You are the one dividing. You are misdirecting us. You're misleading everybody.
Hold on.
It's all about money. It's all about criminality.
Hold on.
If it's about money, I will be here supporting Obi. I will be there supporting Tinubu by now. I know how much I will have been getting on monthly basis. But I'm not cut out for that. I've never been for that.
Hold on. One person I don't want you to stop.
Can we move forward? Can you end this discussion? Let's move forward.
No, hold on. Let me end it this way. Let me put it this way. Your support for Obi should not deprive me of my right to question things. If you're supporting Obi, don't do it because of me. If you don't support Obi, don't do it because of me.
Will you be happy if I reduce Obi like this, the way you talk right now?
Can you please allow him finish?
Let me finish. First of all,
Mr. Mori, just allow him finish so you can speak, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Pansat, please, you have 30 seconds to round up.
Okay. So your fleeting support for Obi, it's quite disturbing. Are you trying to tell me that what Sowore is doing is right? It's not right. Given what we thought about him, he has to be admonished. All right. So I am not knocking him unless he does something wrong. He's not perfect like you're thinking. If he's causing us a lot of problems, we have to admonish him and tell him, hey, look, this time around, we all have to come together. In the past election, 2019, there were a lot of them running for office, but he couldn't work with and try to come together and form a solid front. So the Mamadou, him, and so many others who just went their separate ways. And that's not what we want now. We have to work together. That's the first thing you're taught in kindergarten. You have to learn how to get along with others. They don't have to be perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. Thank you for that. Mr. Amori, do you have something to say before I move to the next person, please?
Yeah, very quickly. Very quickly. I think the guy spoke, he started very well. But when you start, see, are we supporting Obi because of how much he has? Are we supporting Obi because he's perfect? Do you think Obi has no mistake? You think we don't have one or two things? But we feel it's better among those that are running. It doesn't mean you have to reduce person because he has only 5 million in the account. This is my submission. I'm not here. I'm not in any way trying to say Sowore is a perfect human being. And he has never said so. But to come here and say he worked against Jonathan, he supported Buhari, this is the thing that be using to divide us. So that those are supposed to fight for us, we see them as our enemy. This is wrong. We should stop all these, malicious, callous, and nefarious attack on those fighting for us. Thank you very much, Kaji.
Thank you very much, Mr. Omori. Thank you for
Madam Kashi, my sister Kashi, please. This is Hakim. Can I quickly just say something?
Mr. Hakim, it will get to you, please. It will get to you, please. It's going to get to you pretty soon, please. It will get to you. Thank you very much. And for those of you saying XYZ in the comment section, please, that's how Mr. Omori sounds. That's his voice. That's how it sounds. And please, we should learn to, listen to people and try to understand, not just to listen to people only for us to give a reply. Please, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I believe Mr. Pansat, you understand where Mr. Omori is coming from right now. And Mr. Omori, I believe you understand the point of view Mr. Pansat was coming from. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Mr. Alexander Gomez for the super sticker. You always support us, Mr. Alexander. Thank you so much and God bless you. God bless you. I want to also say thank you to Mr. Amechi Ikiobi. Mr. Amechi, thank you so much for this super sticker. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Really do appreciate you. I'm gonna go straight to Mr. Son of God. Mr. Son of God, are you ready for me, please?
Hello, yeah, I'll just I will try and keep it short if I can. Right, so I don't even know what we're talking about, what we talked about before. Anyway, we're rounding up. All I will say is that it is important for Nigerians to come together at a time like this and try and because the way it is, this election is more of is the political class or the elite against the common man in Nigeria. That is what this election is all about. It's not really about parties this time, and I think that is one of the things that some of this the so-called political class or political elite are still missing. They are still missing the point that people are not going to vote party this time. It will not surprise you. It will not be surprising for somebody to vote for maybe P2B for presidential election, and then in the governorship election, vote for APC. In the House election, in the Senate, vote for PDP. So I think it's about the individual now. I think that is what we should the election should be about. And I think Nigerians are beginning to become more conscious. They're beginning to be more politically aware, and people are beginning to, with the emergence of somebody like Peter Obi as well. I think people are becoming more, and the way things have gone for Nigerians. I mean, people are now looking at more of the individual. It's not more about this now. It's not more about the party now. So, but I think obviously the political elites, the people that have been enjoying the all the benefits of instead of the masses enjoying the benefits, the politicians have been enjoying it, and those people don't want to. They don't want to let go. So they're still thinking in the same way, still planning how they're going to continue to do things the old way. But I think they are in for a shock at this time. So I'm only going to hope that other people are going to join the movement, especially now. Even I know there's a lot of people here who are very, very passionate for some of the other parties like Sowore and all the rest. My only prayer is that people like them, like Sowore himself, should align with this. Obviously, I know sometimes it's difficult. People may think about themselves. There's some pride involved in it, but I think right now people should be less of self and people should try and work together and see how, because really the way it is we're trying to get these old people out of the place, and the only way we can do it is to come together, and because they will try to divide people and use all kinds of things to divide people. So let's try and just keep focused and continue to work towards wresting power from these people who have destroyed the country over the past few decades. So that's what I think we should focus on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Son of God. Thank you for that. Mr. Foster Orukme, please, we don't accept insults on this platform. If you think you have a better suggestion, please air your views without calling anybody names or calling anybody any ugly names here. Please, if you have something better to say, click on the link and come here and air your views. Please, guys, you guys should stop doing this every single time. Insult, calling anybody any ugly names is totally prohibited. Please do not do that. Please, I beg you, Mr. Foster Orukwe, I'm directing this particular one to you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Siyobala, please. Mr. Siyobala.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity once again. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Siyobala.
Okay. First of all, I just want to make people to understand, whenever you subject yourself for a public office, definitely you are expected to be scrutinized publicly. Though it's not a subject of discussion, but for Sowore to declare his asset at this time when this is not mandatory, and telling Nigerians you have 6,000 naira in your account, for me, it becoming so worrisome to me in that regard. Meaning you are not a manager of a good manager of you are not a work creator, first of all. But however, Sowore as a person have done well for the nation. At least he has been fighting for Nigeria, despite the fact that during Goodluck Jonathan era, he made so many mistakes, but he made them as a human, because we all thought, most of the people, not me, most of the people thought that Goodluck Jonathan government was full of corruption. There was need to change the government as at that time. But having 6,000 naira in your account is not a bad idea, but at least be a work creator, first of all. That is just by the wayside. But that is not a yardstick to be Nigeria president at all. It doesn't have to have one era, but you don't have to, be showing up in all this time of the day as we speak right now. All I'm just begging for is that Sowore and other presidential candidates should come together. They should remove that ego or whatever. Let's build this nation. So that is the most important one right now. Regarding Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is wishing or congratulating a 55 years old person, as far as I'm concerned, is lack of patriotism for you to be congratulating a 55 years old healthy and good looking person, wishing Nigeria to vote person who is not fit enough to address the press or to address the public. I don't see that one as something that we should be condoning in this era. So we will not allow, and I'm urging each and every one, all Nigerians, to shun these people, this set of politicians, these old politicians who have nothing to offer. Their idea is so parochial. They don't have anything to offer. And for you not to come on air, at least if we were to be 7, 8 years ago, it's a different case entirely. And look at the people singing praises around them. All those lions and tigers in Benin or in Edo State. They are the one, because before now, like what somebody said here, during Oshomole era, they celebrated 1 billion because they have that corrupt environment for them to do their evil practices. That is what they are clamoring for right now. That whenever they elect such a leader into the position, they will have the opportunity to be doing their Agberos work around the nation, just like the way they are doing in Lagos currently. That is the more reason we need to come up against all these old politicians. We need to build a better society where a son of nobody can be somebody without need to know anybody. That is the society we want to build. That is the society we want to build. We have the resources. We cannot allow these career politicians to be dictating or projecting the future of Nigeria that will lead us nowhere. They will lead us nowhere. Dele Momodu, I don't know, it should be, if he like, he play normal politics, normal, but it's not becoming a reality to their face now that it's no longer a social media thing, that the people of Nigeria have woken up to their responsibility of taking the nation back. And to the Myetti Allah people, they should understand, as I said before, they are the minority of the minority. They are not even the full Fulani. When you talk about the Fulani, they are even minority side the Fulani. They cannot dictate or the direction of who and who, where the Fulani or the other ethnic group should go. And it's a Nigeria project. It's not about the tribe right now. We should shun tribalism. We should shun everything that has to do with whether or party faithful, whatever you might say. Most important thing that those leaders, the APC and PDP, don't have a good plan for the nation. They don't have a good plan for the nation. All they have in their mind right now has to loot Nigeria well. Look at the situation we find ourselves. It's a country where 10 months, they are doing audits. Just for them to present documents, they say they don't have paper. 10 months are eating the paper. A country where gorilla is eating money. No, it's something else. I think nothing will happen.
I'm telling you.
Nothing will happen. And this is a set of people that are, okay, how will Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight all these kind of people? He can't. Because it's no longer the Bola Ahmed Tinubu of 10 years ago or 7 years ago. He's a different person entirely right now. And we cannot afford to hand over this nation to Agbero, as far as I'm concerned. Or should we hand over this nation to a looter who bought 504, automatically became a billionaire? Is that the kind of nation you want to live for your children? Today, now like what Peter Obi said that day, South Africa be Egypt, I can't remember. South Africa also, they declare state of emergency for their power. Possibly they are even generating over 50 megawatts. Look at our nation, everything about us is going down on a daily basis. Today, if nation rate is 90 point something, in other words, people can see a loaf of bread. It will be very difficult for people to get in Nigeria. They are not coming with economic plan. What they are saying in essence is that I don't want to be minister. I don't want to be. These are wicked and all those PDP. They are all fighting for their own personal interests. They are all fighting for their own personal interests.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Tubala and Kachi, please. I would like to share a 2-minute video for Mr. Moraye.
Before you do that, before
no, not right now, Mr. Pansat, please.
It's from.
In conclusion, I just want to urge Wike to, as in, one of the way to develop a nation is to build human. At least it's good you build bridges, tie road and all that, but ensure that every year you are sending people to go and, at least medical, doctor, engineer, lawyers, business and all that, sending them for a better education or even building a better institution in the country, inviting professionals to come and be teaching them. We are lacking human capital development in the country. That is the area we should be focusing on right now, than just building bridges and all that. It's okay, but however, that is the most important critical factor right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tiyobala. That one where you talk now, enter termites the chop documents, babu go swallow money, snake go waka go swallow money, swallow this, swallow that. Elephant go enter bank, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. These people, they don't really see us finish. For them to be acting the way they're acting, they don't really, really, really see us finish. I want to say thank you to Mr. Ben Dibia. Mr. Ben Dibia, thank you so much for the super sticker. God bless you. God bless you. You guys have been amazing. You people have been wonderful to the Niger Watch family. Thank you so much. God bless you. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Chidi Domike. Mr. Chidi Domike, thank you so much for the super sticker right there. God bless you, sir. God bless you. God bless you. Really do appreciate this. Thank you so much. God bless you. Guys, do not forget to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. And do not forget to use the $ on the right hand side of the comment section to support the platform. Coming out here every day, guys, is a lot of work, a lot of resources goes into this. Thank you so much to the panelists, to the people in the comment section, to our amazing viewers. You guys have been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We're gonna go straight to the next person, Mr. Pansat. I'll check the video first before I play it, please.
I can
I'm gonna
play
go
it.
straight to
I can play myself. I can share it.
I know you can play it. I know you can. I just need
it's
to
from
check
Sahara Reporters. It's from the Sahara Reporters itself, and it's Sowore speaking. It's no big deal.
Mr. Pansat, I will check it and play it. Please,
Okay.
YouTube have their guidelines. We just cannot put anything up there without giving accolades to who is YouTube. Please, thank you very much, Mr. Pansat. Madam Rita, please, you're up next.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kachi. Um, I'm not going to say much. I think there's something somebody said. I don't know if it's Mr. Pansat or someone else. He said Tinubu did a great job in Lagos. Tinubu didn't do any great job in Lagos. Oh my God, I said I was not going to mention his name, but anyway, the man at Bodilon, the Agbado president, he didn't do a great job in Lagos as a former Lagos state governor. What he succeeded in doing is kind of creating, programming wealth for his own personal aggrandizement, all in the disguise of I am developing Lagos. If, as a matter of fact, we should remember, we should keep saying Lagos was the federal capital of Nigeria before. Lagos was the federal capital of Nigeria before, and that's why it developed to this point. Even the seaport we're talking about, it was done by the colonialists. So it should not make it seem like he was one industrialist. He wasn't. He wasn't an industrial. I don't know. He's been overrated. Everything that he's created in Lagos so far, as you guys are saying, created is all centered around his own personal wealth. So how is that creation? Did he transform the medical system in Lagos? No, he flies to France or somewhere in Europe to get medical attention. If he did so well, if he did so well, at least he should have made one bridge, not the IBB bridge or Jack and Day bridge, or even what's this man's father's name, the one from DJ Copy's father's bridge that they call, in Lagos. So what did he do? Really, what did he do? I think we should start educating people to let them know this man didn't do nada. He just created a program, like a computer program, as a template, and then every other successor who is his errand boy will follow that same program. And that's what we're experiencing today with Governor Sanwo-Olu and Fashola, and we keep praising those people like, oh, he's the one that created that template. He didn't create it for the people of Lagos. He created it for himself. Let's get that right. Let's not get it twisted. Those are facts. I'm not just saying it because maybe somebody might hear my voice now and say, oh, why she personally hates this man. I don't hate him. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. And I really don't care to know him. But let us say things as it is. Bode George has aligned every single thing that this man has acquired. Property of the Lagos State people, Lagos State government. He has acquired for his personal gain. How is that wealth creation? How is that creation of Lagos or improving Lagos? Lagos is still a slum, for crying out loud. It is still a slum. People are still struggling with even traffic. 2022, people are still struggling with traffic. If he was an industrialist or a so-called wealth creator, or he did a great job in Lagos, in his time, I'm very sure he came from Chicago. I'm sure he must have gone to New York. There was train. We're talking about rail. He should have created at least rail. Then we'll know that, okay, this man is an industrialist. He did nothing of the sort. He just acquired more land in the name of, I am expanding Lagos. In the name of, oh, the reason why people are living in Lekki and, you know, and all those other areas that are open now in Lagos is because of him. Like, man, like, seriously? Man, you know, anytime I hear that, it just sparks me. He didn't do nothing for Lagos. He just created a program that every other person that's his errand boy would follow, period. He didn't do nothing. And then, you know, I'm going to direct this thing to the obedient movement. I think we should channel, anytime we talk about Peter the Rock Obi, we should also champion the logo of the Labour Party. If you are making T-shirts, anyone see my voice, if you are making T-shirts, the logo of Labour Party should be very pronounced on the T-shirt, and even the picture of Ahmedati and Peter Obi, which should be just very small, because on the day of election, they don't see the picture of Peter Obi or Ahmedati. They see the logo of the Labour Party. We should start channeling that, because the old people in the village, the people who are not even aware of what's really going on, they only know APC and PDP. Their brains have already been programmed that way. So we have to decode that program and put the Labour Party logo in their faces, in their head. We can keep singing it. I think as time goes by, I think Peter Obi's name has gone viral. Right now, we should start making the logo, the party logo viral. I know some people have been doing it, but if I am really sensing that, you know, the error is going to be made on the ballot day when the people who don't really know what to do, they just out of frustration, they'll just pick APC or the broom or the umbrella. Let us be championing and chanting the Labour Party logo. If you're making a T-shirt, do not make Peter Obi's face very bold. You don't do that. Make the Labour Party logo very, very bold, front and back. And the pictures could be just at the arm or just on the side, because everybody knows his name already. It's easy to pronounce. Please, let's just do that. Let us channel our energy to that, because you know, talking about the man at Bodilon and former vice president and all the watchdogs, it's just irks me, you know. So I think that's what everybody should do. And we should also talk about INEC, because I know they're going to use the Russian hackers, and they'll use all forms of devices, you know, to rig this election. So you could see how they are so calm. The former vice president and even the Agbado man, they are all sourcing for international hackers. If Nigerians don't know, we should know. They are all sourcing for that, because they already know that the tides have changed. We already know that there's an OB fever everywhere. So if if we have a plan B, they already are planning plan C and D. So let's even go above them. Please, let us be chanting to INEC that they shouldn't play with us. And all those Agberos like Tony Kabaka and MC Oluomos, I know they have the likes of them like that in every state. Everybody should be ready to pick any Agbero that is going to change the course for us. We should stand by. We should stand by. That is what we have to do. We should get the resources ready to attack these people. They will not be snatching or preventing people from voting. That will not happen this time, because everybody is angry right now. So if they need to pacify us, I'm going to use Dele Momodu's word. If they need to pacify us, they have to behave very well. They have to allow things flow. But we should also be aware of the gimmicks and the tricks that these oligarchs are going to use. We should all be aware of it. And please, I'm going to repeat it again. Let us chant and channel the Labour Party logo. Don't make T-shirts with Peter Obi's face in the front. Make the party logo in the front and the back of the T-shirt, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Rita. Thank you so much for that delivery right there. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Emmanuel Nosayewe. Okay, I'm just going to end it there, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you so much for the super sticker right there. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. This goes a long way. Thank you so much. God bless you. Your own no go spoil me. Your pocket never run dry. I'm going to go straight to Golden Mark Records. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining me. You have 2 minutes.
Hello, hi. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good afternoon. I think I'm just going to first of all start from where this lady left off. You know, one, Lagos, we all know Lagos has always been it was a capital city before. Looking at the amount of stakeholders we have in Lagos, if Tinubu was not the governor of Lagos, and whoever became the governor of Lagos then, Lagos will still be on that pace of development anyway. So when people begin to overpraise him like a messiah, like someone that transformed Dubai from a desert to a city, I always correct them and say, listen, I don't understand that Nigeria sometimes we can ignorantly praise people beyond their capability or capacity, just praise them like they are some messiahs. No. Yes, he was the governor of Lagos. He did whatever he did for Lagos. But we have to understand something. Looking at how he became a candidate should not even become a campaign for any right-thinking Nigerian. Secondly, we the obedient, let's be careful. I always say that we should be mentally democratic because this is what I've always emphasized on several meetings that democracy is not like Mount Everest to just build and people look at it. No, if the people are not mentally democratic, you cannot have democracy in a country. The people have to first understand what democracy is. Now, we should stop this entitlement mentality. It's not a necessity or a choice. I mean, a necessity that everyone must be with us. It's not a necessity that Dele Momodu must be with us or whatever. No. Even though we want everyone to be with us, that's why we are campaigning. That's why we're sending out messages. We should also understand that it's a choice for them to be with whoever they want to be with. And that's democracy for you. This is not, I do understand Africans can easily get power drunk. We love control. We want to make sure it's always not doing what you like. You get really, no. Democracy is a system where you allow someone be what he wants to be. That's democracy. So let's not forget that. And further, going forward, before I round up, the Nigeria as a country is completely messed up. And I've always said this before. Someone talked about, I think it was Mr. Mori that was talking about Sowore, and Sowore has always been someone I liked. I kind of supported him, Kisle Mogalu, and these other guys back in the days. I think the previous election. What Nigerians are not the kind of people that you become an activist for. I keep saying it because Nigerians are not mentally developed to hold on to an activist. Sowore came up like an activist, someone who was fighting the elite and blah, blah, blah. We have to understand that to win an election like this, you must have stakeholders. We are talking about Peter Obi now. I'm an obedient follower. I want him to be the next president. But don't forget that this man, there are also lots of people who are stakeholders, who are actually there saying we are behind you. Some of them are not just saying it in words, they're saying it in other things. For you to win an election in any country in the world, you need stakeholders. Stakeholders will be there with you to support your elections. Now, the only problem we've had in Nigeria over the years is we've had lots of stakeholders who don't care about the interest of the country. People who only care about looting money to put in foreign accounts. That's the reason why the country actually got stuck. Yeah, and it didn't go beyond that. It didn't get out of that gutter of, being on the platform heading towards development. In other countries in the world, you have people who come, like in the UK, for example. I remember years ago when they said a man by the name Mittal, an Indian man that has, who is the managing director of Arcelor in the UK, supported the Labour Party with some money. It was the Conservatives that brought it up then. And what happened? When the British government signed a deal with the Indonesian government years ago, and they needed, it was a deal regarding the steel in Indonesia. This same man that donated some money to support Labour Party, his company was given the contract to run that project. So what you should know is that in every country all over the world, no government can function without technocrats, without businessmen. That's one thing you should know. No government can function without businessmen. So they're always going to be, even when Peter Obi becomes the president tomorrow, of course, there are going to be lots of billionaires who also benefit from his government. It's all over the world. But the only problem we've had in Nigeria is that we also have people who have actually brought some sort of monopoly to the system where the mass majority of people are impoverished while only few are benefiting. And these people don't care about the growth of the country. There's no education, there's no healthcare, there is nothing. So that's the problem we've had. But don't think that those pot belly men will not be there. Of course they will be there. So let's get that straight. So looking at Sowore now and this man, Sowore is a youth. Like I wrote previously, I said Sowore is more youthful than Peter Obi. Why did I say that? I said that because Sowore has always fought for the youth in the country. He has always advocated for so many things, transformation and all that. Where Sowore made a big mistake was becoming an activist and later becoming a politician. Now, if every politician is somehow an activist in a minimum way, but when you become too much of an activist, becoming a politician becomes difficult. And this was exactly why someone like Jesse Jackson in America was unable to run for president years ago, because he was activating for the black people, fighting for the black rights. And when he was going to run for president, no one listened to him. But when Barack Obama came, Barack Obama had a mindset of everyone, we are all Americans, and everyone listened to him. So Showare's own fight was because he fought everyone first. He said he was going to arrest all the corrupt politicians. That brought fear to them. Secondly, he started attacking traditional institutions, attacking the church. He was just attacking everything. So right now, you need the people to vote for you, but at the same time, you're affecting everyone. So that's why I think Showore, in a way, someone should have advised him to maybe be silent and not talk too much, not allow emotions control him. So I think that was where he made a mistake. We need to know that, sorry, just to round up now. The 4 pillars of government in every country is 1, government and politics. I mean, the 4 pillars of civilization in every country in the world: government and politics. 2, economy. 3, culture and values. 4, faith. So when Peter Obi becomes a president, what you should know is that these 4 pillars of civilization in Nigeria, they are all messed up, completely messed up. Nothing is working. So we only have people who have manipulators and dubious people who have actually used this system to build for themselves. And we have mass majority of people who are completely pushed away. Now, when Peter Obi becomes the president, it's not actually coming to change the country just for the 8 years he's going to be in office. It's actually coming to start a process that will change the country. You cannot forget that changing the country within 8 years, it's not going to be enough. But we need to start a process that will change. It may not be in our lifetime. Let's accept that fact. Don't think, when it becomes a president tomorrow, Nigeria is not going to be transformed. God, it's not overnight thing. Because Nigeria is completely messed up. Nothing is functioning in that country. So how do you transform that? First of all, bring sanity to the government. Make sure all the government parastatals, make sure all the ministries, they are all well, there's accountability, there's transparency. Then how do you also transform that to the economy? How do you transform that to culture and value? How do you transform that to faith? Now, these are the 4 pillars of civilization. If one is functioning and the others are not functioning, there is still some sort of loophole, and there is still a dragging stuff in the pace to civilization, or the pace of development. So when we come in, by God's grace, he's going to start a process that I think that process, as we go on, the process will perhaps maybe change the country in years to come. That is, if whoever comes after him, if that person decides to build on what is going to lay down, or the foundation is going to lay, because it's not coming to just change overnight. Nigeria is too spoiled to change for 4 years. It's too spoiled to change for 8 years.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goldimark. You made a lot of sense in what you just said. Thank you very much for that submission right there. Endeavor to join us often on the panel section. Thank you, because I can see you on the comment section. So try and join us more on the panel. Thank you very much. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Akim. Mr. Akim, please.
Oh, thank you very much, my sister. Good evening to you, and good evening to everybody on the comment section.
Good evening.
Good evening to other panelists as well. Before I go ahead,
Mr. Akim, please, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I just want to quickly acknowledge Prince Edos. I just quickly want to acknowledge him, please. Prince Edos, thank you so much for the super sticker. God bless you. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate this generous donation. Thank you so much. God bless you. Mr. Akim, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Before I go ahead, my brother that just finished talking, is it Goldimark? Is it Goldimark TV?
Yes, Goldimark TV. Goldimark Records.
Okay, Goldimark Records. is it still there?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My brother, I just want to say I really, really appreciate your submission. I really do this, but I just want to say to you, thank you very much. I like when people are very logical when they make submission on a debate platform. I couldn't stop listening to you, and I wish you had more time to talk. I hope you continue to come here, and maybe you and I will get to have a one-on-one conversation regarding how things go. Even though I know, on this platform they know I'm not an obedient, but I just love the way you put everything together. Thank you very much for that. I actually came in here because of what Mr. Pansat said earlier. My brother was making a submission, and in the same sentence, when he said that Afenifere did a very good thing, an historical thing, by not supporting Tinubu and then supporting Obi, by endorsing Obi. In that same comment, he said there are some ignorant Yorubas who still think that we are 10 years, this is 10 years ago. My brother, you can't talk like that. I don't like it when people, when you start to insult any tribe. If you don't have to support a candidate, everybody have independent of their own thoughts. People have the right to choose anybody they want to support. The Afeniferes that came out, they came out well over before Obi even declared for his presidency. All the socio-economic, socio-cultural group in the country, they all came out at the time, and then they said, for fairness and equity, the presidency should go to the southeast. That was even before Obi came out to contest for election. So they've already made a position clear that this is the direction that they were going. So when Obi came on board, he was the only person from that region, and they have no choice to come out and say, yes, this is the position that we took from time, and we're going to endorse the only man from that area. Then you now turn around and say there are some ignorant. Nobody is ignorant for making a choice. You make a choice because of that is who you want to. That is the people. That is the person you want to support. We need to stay away from this kind of denigration. Just imagine you come from one region now, and somebody made such comment about your people, about you. How would you feel? We need to stay away from such comment. It's not good for us. We can't be going on like that. And on the issue of Sowore, I don't understand. The man has declared. Okay, we were here on a debate platform. Someone said before they run for election, everybody should declare their what, you know,
Assets.
Their asset. So it was debated here on this platform. So the only person that have done the same thing now is being criticized for doing the same thing. I don't understand. So what do you guys want? The man has come out. It doesn't matter how much you have in your account or whatever you are worth. That is not the problem. The thing is, have you got the right set of policies to move the country in the right direction? And as my brother said just now, I love the submission that is made. You can hear he was so logical about everything. Nothing overhype, nothing oversold. In reality, that is people who believes in reality. Thank you very much, my sister. I don't really have much to say on this.
Yeah, please let me respond to him on those 2 points, Kachi, please. Yeah, by the way,
did you know how to apologize when you are wrong? Do you believe you can be wrong or your candidate can be wrong? We should not be doing it about you.
Kachi, may I respond to Hakim?
Please, I think I got permission from Kachi to make a couple
No,
of
Mr.
comments.
Pansa, please just hold on. Please let you respond. We still have people who are yet to say anything. Please, guys.
If I don't respond now to those 2 people, then because they're maligning what I said, and I have a video to show. So what am I doing here? If when I make a statement and they're gonna twist it, let me respond to that. 2 minutes.
No, please, you're not the only one here, too.
No. They are blowing this thing out of proportion. Let that guy play this. It's like the guy is against the Yoruba. He never meant like that.
I didn't say that, right? And after today, maybe I won't come back. But let me just respond to those 2 people. They're talking about me, right? They're talking about me, so that's why I have to respond. Okay.
Mr. Pansat, you don't own the platform. You cannot be threatening people, the platform that you may not come back. If you don't come back, that is your own. You're not bringing this. You're not feeding anybody on this platform. You're not working for anybody on this platform. You're not doing anybody a favor by coming on this platform. You're not doing Kashi a favor by coming on this platform. Please? So you cannot say if they don't make you make a submission, that you might not come back again. What kind of talk is that?
Mr. Hakim, thank you.
This platform was here before you came. When you leave, this platform will remain here forever.
All right, thank you.
I do not think it's fair. I do not think it's fair for Mr. Omori and my brother Hakim to speak to Mr. Pansati that way. If you are passionate about somebody, I mean, you should say it respectfully. The man he did not insult anyone. If you don't understand what he's saying, or maybe you just like what happened last week, Mr. Omori, you were trying to explain something, but you said the way I explained it was not what you meant. So I think it's the same thing Mr. Pansati is doing, and it's not fair. I think you guys are very rude to him. I would say this, and Kachi, please, can you just take over this? It's very rude. I mean, the tone you guys are using.
Madam Rita, before I made my submission, I had it on a replay. I have 2 phones here.
It's not about replay. It's the tone in which you guys are yelling. It's wrong.
All right, so Kat.
Mr. Pansat, you have 1 minute, please.
Okay, I'm playing the video now. Could you please have it come in?
You can't play the video right now. You just said you wanted to respond to Mr. Akim, right?
Oh,
Please
yeah,
respond to him. You just wanted to respond to him.
yeah, the video would have been a part of the response. If you don't want to let the video play, I was gonna have Sowore speak on his role in that election, because he's speaking himself, saying, "Hey, look, I made Buhari president." That's what he said in this video that I'm trying to play.
15 million people voted for Buhari. 15 million, not sure. If you even voted for Buhari,
Mr. Mori, can you please stop? Can you please stop interrupting? Please, it's not fair anymore. Can you please just stop?
Thank you.
Please, guys.
All right. So if you
before we can play that video, Mr. Pansat, you just
Yes.
have to hold on. There's something I have to do on this before I can play it.
Okay.
We cannot just play videos on YouTube. You know, we're going to get a strike for playing a video, especially when that video doesn't belong to us. So we cannot just play a video. That's what I was trying to explain to you before, but you were not getting it. We don't just play videos, you know, and whenever we play videos, you can always see that we give credit to from wherever we get those videos from, and you can see that we're always, you know, into switching the videos. You know, we cannot play videos straight on YouTube. So I'm just going to do something on it before we play it. But before then, please reply, Mr. Akim. You said you were going to reply him, please.
Okay, Mr. Akim, like Rita already said, when I made that comment, I first started with the Southeast. I said, look, in the past, there are people who are still living in the past, relying on the tribes fighting one another. And I was giving credit to Nigerians, the people from the Southeast who relied on that rivalry between the Yorubas and the Igbos, and of course the Fulanese who use the Hausas to do violence when there's something happens in the Southeast, which is a violent thing. Let's say they kill a herder and then they go after traders in the north. So I was saying that that's no longer taking shape. I'm a Nigerian. Because Obi is running for president, like I made this statement about a week ago in another forum, doesn't take away my right as a Nigerian to speak. I'm not gingerly walking around so you can take away your support for Obi. If you're supporting Obi for any of those silly reasons, then that's not a solid support. You should support Obi for whatever he's gonna do for Nigeria. You don't take away your support because of me having a right to speak. Like an Igbo man, if I talk, you're gonna go, hey, they're condescending. Oh, they're this and that. That's in your mind. I'm not gingerly. I'm not like an alien that got a residence in Nigeria. I'm a pure Nigerian. I could talk any way that I want.
Okay,
so
Mr.
I'm not here
Pansat.
to be for you to be. I have respect for this forum and the host. I try to get permission to speak, and when I speak, I think that I speak with facts, and I have videos to back it up. So on Mr. Moriye, I have a video. They wouldn't let me play for you. I've posted it on the private chat.
Mr. Pansat, are you done with replying, Mr. Akim?
Yeah, I'll stop there for now. There was something else I was gonna say, but I could.
Let me just quickly add this to the stream. Is this the video you wanted to play?
Yes. We could just play 2 minutes of it. The beginning.
Just hold on, please.
Okay.
Just hold on.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry, guys. We're just going to take this for 1 minute and that's it. Okay, so why is it not playing?
Maybe I should play it over here. Let me see. Okay.
Upload it then. I don't know. So
can you hear it?
I can't hear you.
Excuse me, Kachi, just a second, Kachi.
The people of Nigeria, your government has failed us. It's not a dream. It's the realization that you wake up to on February 15.
What is your electoral?
My electoral what? My electoral what brought you to power in 2000? It brought you to power in No, sir. Nobody even heard about some of you in 2014.
No, because you are inconsequential political.
I am consequential because you came on power. Well, you came to power on my back.
Which back?
On my back.
Whose back?
On the back of young people who invested a lot of, who invested a lot of hope and aspiration.
You invest more than me.
No. The investment we made in No.
Come and make noise here.
No, it's not about noise. It's reality.
Okay, Mr. Pansat, what exactly do you want us to see in that video, please?
Okay, what I wanted you to see in this video is that Sowore said himself that they came to power on his back, that he brought them to power. He's saying that his worth. Now, the minister was being belligerent and disrespectful because Sowore is actually right. He did a lot to bring them to power. So when we say that, let me finish. When he says that, okay, now he probably was just doing what he thought was right, but it is a matter of fact. This video is from his platform. That's him talking. He's saying that, look, you came to power on my back. I had the worth, electoral worth. I had the youth with me to bring you to power.
Okay.
So that was what I said. And Mr. Murray, now what I want you to get out of that is that, look, Sowore, he made a mistake, but he's making the same mistake now. That is actually more important because this movement, this youth that want to take back their country, if you don't support them now, when are you going to support them? You have to do the right thing. We can't go worshiping anybody. If you're making a mistake, we have to call you out on it. We're not going to try to create some kind of idol on somebody who's making a mistake. Same goes for Wike, same goes for...
Oops. Oh, I think we lost Mr. Pansat right there. Mr. Pansat, if you can hear me, please join the stream again and finish up. Mr. Mori, okay, please go ahead.
Kachi, thank you very much. See, if this is the only thing I'm able to achieve today, I think I've achieved a lot. See, when can we stop these conspiracy theories? When can we stop, listening to people that want to plant, that want to divide us so that we can never be united? Look at this man. This is a calculated attempt to mislead the audience and the panelists. Was Sowore addressing the Buhari there? No. He was antagonizing a minister. They were on a radio platform together. He was telling them, no, for the youth, we have the demography. You wrote on our back. Where did it make reference to Buhari there? He wasn't even voting. He wasn't celebrating Buhari. You see how people can be so callous as to mislead other people to achieve their selfish interest.
Mr. Mori, I don't think the word is callous here. I just think it's a total mix up.
It's not this one.
I don't think the word that should be used right now is callous.
This guy is being unfair. He's being economical with the truth. See, this was what we did to Gani. This is what we did to Femi Falana. This is what we have done to one young guy. No, you're not having in detention.
Mr. Pansat is actually
misinterpreting. I don't even see the youth.
I think he's misinterpreting what Sowore said in that video. I think he's just misinterpreting it.
I think it's just that's exactly what he did. That is what they do every day. That is what they do.
Mr. Mori,
take it in. Mr. Mori, please.
Actually, what Pastor said earlier, he said that Sowore is among those that brought in Buhari.
Is he a crime? Is he an offense? As you are supporting,
no, it's not an offense at all. Hold on.
Tomorrow. Yeah, have you committed a crime?
No, that's what I'm saying. I say we should not make anything out of it. And that is just the point he was trying to make, nothing more.
You lie. Must you lie to make a point? Must you lie? Must you castigate another person? Must you tarnish the image of another person?
Are we not castigating Tinubu here? Are we not castigating other candidates?
Can you do you want us to start castigating or be in that same way?
If you have anything wrong that he has done bad, castigating. After all,
why are you speaking our audience with you? We have to do falsehood. We don't do falsehood here. You will not even the truth. Man, this is not fair.
Please don't unmute yourself. Thank you very much. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Sampson, please. Mr. Sampson, are you there, please?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Sampson, please go ahead and make your submission.
Okay. You know, when such a thing like this is, is at hand, I don't think it's what we should just take personal. These are our politicians. Even me today, I'm supporting Obi now. I still have my doubts, my worries, because these are politicians. We don't really need to trust them or fight or do anything for their sake. They can change anytime, any moment. Please let us understand these things. That when we are supporting as a supporters, we don't need to fight for anybody or to do anything because you are a supporter of one party or one club or the other. So that is for that. What I would say as a submission tonight is I really want to bring this to the notice of my fellow Nigerians. Sometimes the way they are applauding these politicians, I believe they are the one that is making these politicians doing the undo acts which they are doing. Because you cannot send your they are supposed to be our servants. These politicians and all, they are our servants. We are supposed to be their king. It's so unfortunate that even it's written in the Bible. It said the servants are now riding on horses while the kings are walking on barefoot. That is what is now happening in our nation. That's the situation we found ourselves. So it is not enough for one messenger that you sent to do something for you. You begin to applaud him for doing it right. Yes, it is also good to, also encourage, but not just to be applauded. These are the reasons why some our politicians will do common project, a road which is normal. They begin to, blow it on air. They have done a lot. They have done everything. See, in a civilized, we cannot say Nigeria is not a civilized place. We are all civilized. There are places which things happened, which no one hears it because it is normal to have 24 hours electricity. It's normal. I live in Italy here. Since I've been here since 2016, the only time I have experienced power failure, it was just, I think it was not up to 20 minutes. And it was, we were being notified. We were notified. They gave us notice 2 weeks before that day. Before that day, so time, this power is going to fail because everybody, maybe you are using a lifter, everything you are using is all about electricity. So you cannot do without it. That's why they will always warn you about the time so that you know how to prepare yourself on it. Now, these are things that people, children here, they sees it as, natural, something natural is like what God created, just as we see the daylight and the night moon. These are natural. The children here, they sees it like that. That is natural, but they don't know that it is not natural. It was not what God created. Now, my fellow Nigerians, please, whoever that is doing something that is being sent to do, we should not just applaud the person that he has done more than enough. So that these our politicians, they will know what to do at the right time. We send them message, they are our messenger. They have to deliver because we pay them for it. It is not, it is not free. We pay them for it. By weekend doing projects, bringing people to commission. In this place, I've never seen any project which has been done by any government officials, they will gather up that they want to commission it. Commission what? These are what you are supposed to do. Do you know how much these people spend in commissioning? If they tell you the money, the amount of money they are using to commission what they said they have done, we will be shocked. So please let us know what we are doing, that these people are our messengers. Vote rightly. Peter Obi all the way. I used to be Omoyele Sowore, but I now see the way things is now going. Even Sowore's, somehow out of the way. So we cannot just leave it like that, because one vote counts. When I know that when I give my one vote to Sowore, it will not amount to anything. It will minus from Peter Obi. So I have to add it quickly to Peter Obi, so that it will boost Peter Obi, and then we will now know that we have sent somebody there. Please,
Okay.
Nigerians, let us do what we need to do at the right time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sampson. I'm going to go straight to Mr. John. Mr. John, please. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Catchy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I just got back in and I saw that you guys were online, so I was like, oh, let me come listen to what's going on. And to be honest, through all of the talk, I really didn't understand kind of the core things people were talking about. I wasn't here, like I said, I literally just got here when I logged in. So can you please maybe ask me questions so I know what the core topics are, so I can keep on topic and keep concise.
Okay, I don't know if I can ask you questions right now, because a lot has happened. A lot has happened right now on the channel, right? I don't think I can really ask you anything right now. But basically, we're talking about the comments Dele Momodu made, and Myetti Allah. I don't know if I called it correctly. They came out to Myetti Allah. They came out to say that their votes, the Fulanis or the Hausas or the Muslims or the Fulanis of the, I don't know, that their votes will not be going to Peter Obi. We also talked about Tony Kabaka. Are you familiar with Tony Kabaka?
I've never heard of Tony Kabaka before.
Okay, so it's a little bit, can you just make your contributions based on what you have heard so far, please?
Okay, well, in terms of Myetti Allah, who market themselves as representing the pastoralist or the herders, basically they are indeed an umbrella group for the Fulani in Nigeria. Their comments aren't really surprising. Myetti Allah, if you've listened to what they've said before, if you kind of know their history, they're kind of like a very aggressive kind of they've even come on record and said that they're responsible for a lot of things like kidnapping and killing people. They've actually said things like that, but then they they try to transform themselves into a social cultural group for the Fulani people. If you're referring to them saying that they, no Fulani is going to vote for Peter Obi, I mean, I don't think that's surprising. I don't think that's surprising at all, right? I mean, Nigeria is a very ethnically charged country. Despite what anyone tries to say, Nigeria is a very, very ethnically charged country because it's a forced union. So just like there are people coming out and saying one thing or another about Peter Obi, there are going to be other people coming out and saying other things about other people. So I think what Myetti Allah said, I probably count on it. I don't think Peter Obi is going to get so many votes from that region. I don't think that would be shocking. So I mean, did they? I think are you referring to the fact that they came back and said that they didn't say it, or what angle are you trying to? Or do you think what's the question? It's what they did. That's what they did. They came out and said that Fulani people.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Basically, because I mean, I think Nigerians are wiser at this
Mhm.
point. If they're actually listening to things like this, honestly, I don't know. Because I asked you if you know about Tony Kabaka because they staged like will I say mini campaign, or will I say, I don't know how to put it right there, right? They staged the I don't know if I should call it a mini campaign, actually backing Tinubu and giving reasons as to why
Mhm.
he has to be the next president, even if he's
Mhm.
old. They say his brains are not old, even if
Right.
he's old, and things like that.
You know, you meet some of the you in Nigeria. There are people that the skill that they have is that they can defend anything. Right? That's like one skill that I know Nigerians have. Nigerians can literally defend. They debate just to debate. They take the opposite position just to take the opposite position. While some people sometimes play devil's advocate, Nigerians play devil's advocate all the time. They always like to, be on the other side of the debates, regard in any debate, even if it's clearly wrong. So, but I wouldn't be surprised, Catchy, because there are many, 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 many people. It might even be the silent majority. You don't know because there's a vocal minority, and then there's a silent majority. But there might be a silent majority of people that are going to vote Tinubu or Tiku or Kokwansa or whatever, simply because while I believe, and this is my own opinion, while I believe most people who are voting for P2OB, while I think they're doing it, what the reasons why they're doing it are not correct, I think they're going for P2OB because they genuinely want a good country, and I believe that they genuinely think that Nigerians as a whole want a better country. But I don't think that they're correct on that. I don't think that they. I think that most people here, most people listening, would be shocked to realize that there are just as many people as them, if not more, that don't see anything wrong with the country that they live in. That's why someone like El Rufai can come out and make a mockery of a million man or 2 million man march in Kaduna while Kaduna is burning apart. That's why someone like Myetti Allah can come out and say that Fulani are not going to vote for Peter Obi because it's not in what does he mean it's not in their best interest? Does he mean that if Peter Obi is not going to, if he's elected, if there's election, if Nigeria doesn't collapse within the next couple of months, does he mean that he's not going to be the type of person that advocates against state police or water resources, or and those people that will go out and vote against Peter Obi, you have to realize that they probably share the same sentiments as Myetti Allah. So I don't think it's not shocking to me that these people come out and say these things, Kachi, because it's a function of the fact that Nigeria isn't one country. It's really not one country. That's why every time I come here and I'm listening to everyone saying we all want a better Nigeria, there are people who they're better Nigerias with Tinubu and Shatima, and they truly believe that's going to be the better Nigeria for them. And some people truly believe that the better Nigeria is going to be Atiku. And some people truly believe the better Nigeria is going to be one where we're all Amalgiri and we're all uh, you know letting cows roam around. People truly believe that stuff, and they're not a small minority of people. Because if everyone just like clearly knew, like, okay, Nigeria is a terrible country. There's no infrastructure. There's no nothing. It's obvious what we need to do. If everyone was just thinking like, that in that way that we're all thinking, oh, it's just very logical. Let's just come together, think about the problems, have discussions, sit at a round table, do this one, do that one, blah, blah, blah. If everyone's thinking like that, well, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now, would we? So I don't see it as shocking, Catchy. I mean, I think it's pretty normal. I think it's pretty obvious that the country is very, very divided along um, ideological lines in terms of what the best way forward really is.
Okay.
So that's Myetti Allah. Let's just not listen to them. You talked about the guy who was rooting for Tinubu. That's going to increase. One thing that I would say is that Tinubu's crowd, that's going to be a really interesting crowd over the next couple of months, because even though I'm from the southeast, in my family I have people who are Yoruba, right? From my grandfather, one of the daughters married a Yoruba guy. I have Yoruba cousins. And although they don't even believe in Nigeria, they'll come out and tell you for one reason or another they're going to vote Tinubu. And these are logical people, and I'm just like, why? Why would you even? You don't believe in Nigeria, but if you're going to vote, you're going to vote Tinubu. Tell me why. Then the responses are absolutely illogical, but it's logical to them. So what do you say? Because by the time he's getting to a real debate with any Nigerian, and I've stopped seeing myself as a Nigerian for a really long time, but by the time you start getting into a debate with them, you realize that it's not even really a logical debate. They're just bringing up random facts, and then they're quoting random stuff, and then if they really get desperate, they'll start quoting the Bible. So it's like all right, man, like do whatever you want to do. I don't know why you would be shocked by all of this, Kachi. But what other topics were there? Because I saw kind of a heated discussion when I came in. What was that all about?
Sorry, can I quickly just add this, please? I'm very, very sorry, please. Um, Sorry, gentlemen, I like what you said. You just mentioned some few things. You know, one major problem, like I earlier said, is I think where our leaders failed from the independence and after the independence to our current state is they failed to actually educate the Nigerian people. To
Yes.
build an institution is a failure if you focus more on infrastructural development than human development. Now, when the people are not mentally developed, they are not equipped. How can they? How do you expect them to capture the affairs of the country when they don't
That's
even know
right.
who they don't know themselves? Now, in Nigeria, today, you have many Nigerians who are educated, or claim to be educated, are just educated on paper, or maybe they are actually maybe knowledgeable in their field of specialization.
That's
But
correct.
outside that, they don't really know anything.
Yeah,
So
let me.
you have people who are I'll say who perhaps Wally you can refer to them as educated illiterate.
Yeah, let
So
me
they are
let me make a
educated,
let
but
me
they
make
don't know.
a
And
comment on
sorry,
that.
sir, this set
Yeah.
of people we always come back over and over again to endorse those who perhaps are part of the problem of the country. Now, when I see a Nigerian in Nigeria applauding or supporting this set of people, I don't blame that Nigerian much because I feel like you know what that Nigerian much because he's been in the system for so long. He hasn't been out. He's not been outside the country, so he doesn't really know what's happening in the outside world. But my bigger problem is like on several occasions I've been to several gatherings in the UK and I've been to a few countries where I see Nigerians gather together and when I see people who you left Nigeria, you've been in a developed society, you've actually enjoyed democracy, you've enjoyed rule of law, you've enjoyed accountability, you've enjoyed fairness, you've enjoyed equity, you still applaud impunity back home. So for
Yeah.
me, those set of people are damaged beyond repair.
Yeah. So
Because
let me
if
let me
you've been outside that system, you still don't know what you want for your country. They have a problem with you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
one thing that I don't want to ever disparage anybody, because I feel that I've been very blessed in my life. I was born in a very well developed country. I've been blessed to have, the world's best education. So I wouldn't say that Nigerians are not educated. That's incorrect. But I would say that the difference in terms of the education style that I've noticed from our brothers that come from Nigeria into the modern world, and this into a developed country. This is what you're alluding to. Generally, what I see is that um, from an education standpoint, they can quote the entire book, but there's a lack sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes there's a lack of critical thinking. They're just regurgitating what they've said. And so I've often noticed that when I'm debating with somebody, I can quickly see that, yeah, they might be able to reference something, faster. They might be able to just recollect something faster, but they're not actually putting any thought behind what they're saying. They're just repeating stuff. That's not everybody. In fact, there's many Nigerians that have amazing critical thinking skills. For the ones that you're referring to, that see the developed world and then don't want better for their home country, I think it's a function of culture, right? I mean, there's a culture in Nigeria that's just like, you want to show off, you want to be better than the next person. You've seen videos of people coming back to Nigeria and they're literally throwing money around in the streets, or it just it's the root of it is in our culture, for to a large extent. I think there are things that we all need to kind of work on collectively to promote a better just general culture, right? But I don't know, man. I'm always hoping for the best, but I don't think that this election is going to be one that really changes anything about Nigeria, to be honest, because the problem is very, 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 very deep rooted. But I am encouraged that a lot of people now are just talking. They know that there's a problem. They know that there's issues, and they're just talking and talking and talking about it. I think that's the one thing that I'm really excited about, because you see that all over the world. You see it in developed countries. You see young people coming together, talking about the problems of their society, getting involved. Making sure that they take action when action is needed, and that I haven't seen in a serious manner for a really, really, really long time, or ever. In fact, ever. I've never seen that in Nigeria, but now I'm seeing it now, and so that's really, really encouraging for this generation. That at least whatever happens with the Niger area, I'm sure that all of our individuals, nations will be fine. So, Kachi, but what else did you guys talk about? What else was there?
Mr. John, next time come early. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. John. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. I'm gonna go straight to Big Uyi. Big Uyi. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining me.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
I know Spencer is a really nice guy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, but you have a lot of background sound. Can you please
Yeah, I just walked away now. Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, I joined in not quite long though, but I was able to pick few things we're discussing about tonight, and I just want to trip this in. Politics is in another country it might be different, but Africa at large, we all understand what politics is. It is indeed a dirty game. So the reason I am not bothered about certain people coming up with kind of supporting a candidate of which they knew themselves, those candidates got nothing to offer. Yeah, it's simply understandable that those set of people, they are doing it for their own selfish interests, because like the man in Edo State in Benin City there, as we all know, I think he's a national youth chairman of this same party, and probably we know how desperate those kind of people should be. Maybe thinking about the money they're going to get from their principal and all that. Every human being that is living in every reasonable kind of human being that is living in Nigeria, we all know the person that is preaching good news, going to Aso Rock, having the heart of the people, and have different plan on how to make the country come back to it itself and all that. We all know other candidates. We know what they are capable of. If we don't even hear from them, I think with their previous probably time in offices, when they were politics, when they were having opportunity to be in one office or the other, we knew exactly what happened. We know exactly what they are coming back to give to us, the masses and Nigeria at large. So what I'm trying to say is the sense that we should probably try and focus on everything we have at hand. We should be able to put things together. We should be able to educate people more. about Peter Obi. As we speak right now, I cannot turn to any station where other aspirants will sit down. They have nothing to offer. And probably there's nothing I want to hear from them. It's same old story, same same talk they've been giving to Nigerians right from uh, the time they came into office. So what do I think they're going to sit to tell me about now, which I can probably say, oh, can I give them a try? Everyone is tired. Everyone is tired. The old women in the village, the young, everyone is tired. So if anyone should come up now and start saying, oh, you have to be this man, you have to be this party, you have to be that. If I look at them, I know exactly what they are aiming at. They are not talking for the masses. They're only talking for their pocket and probably the position they're going to get hold on, probably when their principal come into government and all that. So all those things, I think we should just put them aside. And another thing I have to say is concerning everyone trying to preach about their own principle. They have what's it called? They have freedom of speech. They're entitled to their opinion. So they can always come in to say, "Oh, I'm voting for this person for this reason and all that." So every one of us should just probably all we have to do is to make them understand that this is why you're coming in. You trying to bring this person in, or you're trying to preach about this person, and this is the reason I'm coming out to support my own candidate. We have to be debating on that area. So aspect of trying to uh, have enmity among ourselves, that is not the issue for now. I know politics is all about we argue, we talk. It should always be like that. It should be a fun to everyone. So we should probably have enemy among ourselves because of political ambition. We are all Nigerians. If we are not living there, we have friends, we have family, we have grandmother, we have grandfathers. We are hearing all this information. The country is nothing to talk about as we speak now. Is nothing to there's nothing we can even bring up from that country. Is it the economy? Is it the insecurity? So somebody have decided to come out now to say, you know what? I want these things. I want these things to come. I want the economy to grow. I want insecurity. So anybody that have good mind concerning his country, you don't need anybody else to tell you. Just go to the polling center, cast your vote on this candidate. That is, we are all none of us is happy. I must say, no matter where you living around the world, you were born and brought up in Nigeria. You cannot see the state or the country like that you expect people to see smile on your face. Nobody is smiling. I'm telling you. I was listening to someone the other day telling me that he went to the market to buy ogbolo, a cup of ogbolo, 1,000 naira. It has never happened. It has never happened. So I just want to probably say this to every one of us that is in the platform. We should try as much as possible to put more effort. And we are all trying. I know every one of us here we are trying. We want the best for our country. This is exactly what we should be doing. So let's just try and make sure we vote these people out of power. They have nothing to offer. This is the truth. If you listen to what I'm saying, go back to everyone that is clamoring for PDP, clamoring for APC. Go back to their kind of lifestyle. Go back to the office. They don't care about the country. They are thinking about contracts. They are thinking about the money they're going to get. This is the truth. So I just want to stop it here so allow other people to have their view. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Big Uyi. Thank you so much for that contribution right there. I think everybody has made their contributions one way or the other. I want to really appreciate you guys for being here doing this with me. Mr. Big Uyi said, it's not easy to actually come here, stay 4 hours 3 hours, 5 hours. It's not easy at all. I know we all are passionate about our country and we want our country to work. That's why we take time out to come here every single day. Thank you so much. May our effort, may our labor never be in vain. I mean, the Almighty crown our effort with success. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Jacob Obedient, I see you. Mr. Pete Osas, I don't really understand what your point is, right? Nobody is saying Peter Obi is a saint. In fact, there's nobody that is a saint. Nobody is saying Peter Obi is a saint, but at this point in time, who would you rather go for? You know, the country is in shambles, the country is in a mess. What do you think these other people are going to campaign on right now, given the fact that, you know, everything with everything that is going on, insecurity is top notch now in Nigeria. It's just so crazy. It's alarming. People cannot travel by road anymore, and not everybody can even afford a plane ticket. Tickets will be how much now? We hear that some places you get 150,000 naira local flights. How I want to take one? It's just so painful. So nobody's saying Peter Obi is a saint, but we're just trying to, you know, preach the gospel. At this point in time, who is actually saying what people, not even what people want to hear. I think, you know, he has proven himself. He has proven himself to Nigerians. Thank you very much, our amazing viewers. Thank you, guys. Mr. Mori, Pansat HD, you guys should just organ makeup, I beg. We don't want to lose anyone here. Mr. Pansa, don't go. We don't want to lose anyone here. We need more people to even come, Seth. We don't want to lose anybody. We need more people to come so more people can hear our voices, so people can, you know, get sensitized and, you know what we're doing here. Like what Madam Rita, the suggestion she made earlier, please, for those of you making t-shirts, please make sure you put the Labour Party logo very, very large in front. Because on that day, no be Peter will be face they go see you. Make one grandmother no one go vote now. She will go they look for. She will go they find Peter Obi face. Please, if you're making t-shirts, if you're spreading the word, always put the Labour Party logo very, very big so they can see who they are voting for. Because most people just know about PDP and APC. So please, guys, thank you so much, and God bless you. Do not forget to join us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, for a discussion like this, and 10 a.m. Nigerian time for newspaper headline reviews. Thank you so much, and God bless you. And Juna Baseki, Joko Obedient, I see you right there, the mommy of all. Mommy Diaspora, thank you for being here. Naomi Bella, I see you. Biodun Latif, I see you right there, Drew Dola Joel. I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here with us. We really do appreciate you. Pete Osas, I see you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Where's Mr. CM? Mr. CM, they come. AL, Afulani brother, thank you for doing this with us today. I see some Tena Chaba. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Eddie Justice, I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. Guys, for those of you who have not called, please know that it's not intentional. And for every time I put your comment on the screen, that's just to show you that I actually acknowledge your presence and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. To our amazing viewers, you guys are the bomb. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate every single one of you. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Do have an amazing night rest. Bye bye and ciao ciao.